Hello everyone and welcome to the It's Funny to Tears channel. Get ready to laugh until you cry because today, we're diving deep into the world of hilarious costumes. We've all seen them, right? The ones that are so bad they're good, or so clever you can't help but applaud. Whether it's for Halloween, a costume party, or just a random Tuesday, a funny outfit can make everyone's day. Let's start with a classic category, the food costumes. I'm talking about the person who shows up dressed as a giant banana. It's simple, it's iconic, and it's guaranteed to get a smile. But then you have the next level foodies. Picture this, a couple dressed as bacon and eggs. Or someone who's a walking, talking taco. The dedication is real. I once saw a guy dressed as a stick of butter, and his friend was a piece of toast. They spent the whole night just sort of leaning on each other. It was brilliant. The sheer awkwardness of trying to navigate a crowded room as a giant hot dog is comedy gold in itself. Moving on, we have the pun costumes. These are for the clever wordsmiths among us. Think serial killer, where someone has a box of cereal with a plastic knife sticking out of it. Or French kiss, which is someone dressed as a member of the band Kiss, but with a beret and a baguette. These costumes are great conversation starters because there's that moment of confusion, then the aha when people get the joke. It's a two-part punchline. I remember seeing a girl with a bunch of spice containers glued to her shirt. She was, you guessed it, a Spice Girl. The intellectual humor just hits different, doesn't it? It's a subtle art form, a test of wit that separates the casual costume wearer from the true connoisseur of comedy. Then there are the pop culture costumes with a twist. We all know the standard superhero outfits, but what about domestic Thor? Just a regular guy in a Thor costume, but he's also wearing an apron, holding a duster, and complaining about the mess the kids made. Or casual Friday Darth Vader, rocking the helmet with a Hawaiian shirt and shorts. It's the contrast that makes it so funny, taking these epic, serious characters and dropping them into painfully mundane, everyday situations. It's relatable and completely unexpected. Imagine seeing Gandalf stuck in traffic or Wonder Woman trying to use a self-checkout machine. That's the kind of creative genius we're celebrating today. Let's not forget the absolute legends who commit to group costumes. I'm talking about a whole squad showing up as the cast of Mario Kart, complete with cardboard cars. Or a group of friends dressed as different colored Tetris blocks trying to fit together for photos all night. The coordination, the planning, the sheer spectacle of it all. It's a statement. It says, we didn't just come to the party, we are the party. One of the best I ever witnessed was a group of guys who dressed as a human roller coaster. They had little carts built around their waists and spent the evening running around in a line, screaming with their hands in the air. The commitment was nothing short of inspiring. But what about the costumes that are just delightfully weird? The ones that make no logical sense but are hilarious for that very reason. I'm thinking of the person dressed as a T-Rex trying to make a bed, or someone whose costume is just being a human-sized inflatable tube man, the kind you see outside of car dealerships just flailing around on the dance floor. There's no deep meaning, no clever pun. It's just pure, unadulterated silliness. These are the people who remind us not to take life or costumes too seriously. They are the chaos agents of the party, and honestly, we need them. They break the ice and give everyone permission to just be goofy and have a good time. Of course, we have to talk about DIY costume fails. We've all been there. You see a brilliant idea on the internet, you think, I can totally make that. And then you end up with a mess of cardboard, hot glue, and shattered dreams. You were going for Majestic Eagle, but you ended up looking like a chicken that lost a fight with a paper shredder. But you know what? Those are often the funniest costumes of all. The story behind the failed attempt is half the fun. Owning the failure and showing up in your slightly lopsided, barely held together masterpiece is a power move. It shows you have a great sense of humor, especially about yourself. Let's consider the animals. Not just a simple cat costume with ears and a tail. I'm talking about the person inside a full-body sloth costume, moving painfully slowly through the party. Or the person dressed as a flamingo, who has to stand on one leg for every photo. The physical comedy involved is top tier. These costumes aren't just something you wear. They're a character you have to perform. It takes dedication to stay in character all night, waddling like a penguin or hopping like a kangaroo. These are the true method actors of the costume world, and they deserve our utmost respect and laughter. And finally, we have the low-effort, high-impact costumes, the ones that take 5 minutes to make but get a laugh all night long. For example, taping a bunch of 404 papers to your shirt and saying your costume is not found, or wearing a name tag that says God and telling people you're a name tag that says God. It's the sheer audacity of the laziness that makes it so funny. It's a minimalist approach to humor. Why spend hours on a complex outfit when a simple, clever idea can be just as effective? It's working smarter, not harder. And in the world of funny costumes, that's a philosophy I can get behind. So what's the funniest costume you've ever seen or worn? Drop a comment below and share your story. Let's get a good laugh together. The world of funny costumes is vast and wonderful, filled with creativity, wit, and a healthy dose of pure silliness. From elaborate group efforts to simple, clever puns, there's a style of humor for everyone. It's about more than just dressing up. It's about sharing a laugh and creating a memory. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today on It's Funny to Tears. I hope you got a good chuckle or two. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next dive into all things hilarious. Until next time, keep laughing.